Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm your host, Taylor Gonzalez, and today I am joined by Nikki. She has been in Ted Lasso, House of the Dragon, and now she's in the upcoming Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Please welcome to 50 Shades of Tay, Nikki. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes, really well. I say very well. You'll have to excuse me. I'm bound to cough at some point. Oh,
It's okay.
because I feel like everybody in the UK at the moment has got what they're calling the 100-day cough, and I seem to have it. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, it's a pain in the butt, I can tell you.
Oh,
Never
I'm
mind.
sorry. Well, thank you for
Never
being
mind.
here. I really appreciate this. So I got to ask, how did you first hear about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the first one when it came out? Did you remember hearing about how viral it went? Did you see the trailer? Did you end up seeing it in theaters?
I'm well. So I've actually known Scott and Reese. Well, certainly Scott. I've worked with him for now over 5 years. So I was very much aware of when they were doing Winnie the Pooh. I was in a different film for them at the time of filming Winnie. So yes, I was fully aware of it, and likewise was completely aware of how viral it was. We were all texting each other and going, what is this madness? How has this come about? And so I didn't see it in the no, I haven't seen it in the cinema because it didn't play. It played in some of the sort of select independent cinemas here, but I don't think it played as much as it did in the States.
Oh, okay. Um,
And I haven't got
so,
a copy of it, so
oh no, you got to
no,
text
because
them.
if
You got to
we're
get
if
it.
we're in something, we get sent a copy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't seen it.
So my next question is, how did you get the role of you are playing Daphne Robin? How did you get this role?
Well, Scott and I have talked over the years about me playing his mum in something, um, if there was something that we could do. And there was actually one film, maybe a couple of years before that, because he doesn't usually act in the films that he produces, although he's got a very successful acting career. And I was going to play his mum in this, I think it was Area 51. That was the
Oh,
only other
okay.
film he's done where he's acted in one of his films. And then something happened. I can't remember what it was. I think I got another job, whatever it was,
Mhm.
it fell through. So he was still like, man, I need to find something. And then when he took over as Christopher Robin, it was like, yay, now we can finally do it.
Oh, that is so fun. So you're playing Daphne Robin. What can you tell me about her character?
She's just a very typical mum, really. Worried about, obviously, she's fully aware, as everybody in Ashdown is, of the horrors of last year, and so overprotective to an extent, I guess, of her son, and not, but she's also got a much younger child. So little Thea, who plays Bunny, she would also kind of want to protect her as well from anything that might be out there. Um, and we were very keen, well, I was very keen that she should be called Daphne because she wasn't in the original script, but A.A. Milne's parents were. We've used the names that they had because obviously the books were written for their son, Christopher Robin. So I
Oh.
thought it was right that I should play Daphne. Plus, my mother was called Daphne, so it's kind of a name
Oh.
that's quite important to me.
Yeah, oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Without giving anything away, did you have a favorite scene to film?
Um, yeah, I think I did. Unfortunately, it's not all in the final cut because uh, yeah, it wasn't serving the story enough. But my favourite scene was one where Reese allowed Scott and I to improvise quite a bit leading up to the dialogue. And well, typical actors love to make that very real and sort of it just feels more real when you're improvising sometimes, always, or if you can just put a bit of your own into script that's already there. So we had this sort of like longer scene where we were improvising, but in the cut it only shows it from when the dialogue really kicks in and it's sort of telling you something important. So unfortunately that's not there, but that was my favorite bit because he's
Oh,
great. Working with Scott is fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Um, I was wondering, what was your relationship growing up with Winnie the Pooh? Did you watch the movies? Did you read the books? How did you grow up with Pooh?
I had the well, funny enough, I had the poetry books, the A.A. Milne poetry books, which now we have five, no, now we have six. There's two for 5 and 6 year olds, and who is in those? And Christopher Robin is very much, the illustrations are very much a part of that. Um, and then the Pooh stories, I don't think I had an actual Pooh book. But then as my children were growing up, we've got 100 acre wood near us, which I used to take my kids to, and they've got, you know, poo layers, and you can play poo sticks, and there's all sorts of poo type business
Oh, that's
there.
fun.
So yeah, yeah. So it's been a part of my life, but not huge. But
Mhm,
I think I don't suppose there's many people out there who don't know about Winnie the Pooh.
mhm.
And I used to love all the, yeah, Christopher Robin sits at the foot of the stairs, poems and things as a child.
Oh, I gotta ask, how did your friends and family react when they heard you were cast as Christopher Robin's mom, but not just Christopher Robin's mom, his mother in a horror slasher film?
So my family, how they reacted when they found out that I had been cast as Christopher Robin's mum in Winnie. I think they knew that I've done horror films before, so they weren't kind of like, oh my God. And to be fair, my husband is not really that he's not really that interested. But my daughter, my son, yeah, but he's got his own things going on. But my daughter loves horror. She does a lot of really cool horror makeup herself, and so she was excited. And so yeah, she's definitely been the one that's like. Both kids love the trailer. Obviously,
Oh,
that's all
good.
they've seen so far. But Georgie probably in particular will be more excited. And if I do get a plus one, it will probably be her that I take
Oh,
to the premiere.
oh, that'll be
Yeah,
fun.
she'll love it.
Did you do anything special to celebrate the release of the trailer? Like, did you have friends over? Did you throw a little party?
Oh no, I didn't. I think
Oh,
I was working that day, but you can imagine our phones that we have a Winnie the Pooh group,
mhm.
WhatsApp, and that was like and Scott, you know, literally every time there's another video where somebody's watched it and commented, he
Oh.
sends us a link. So I'd got back from work and I was trying to keep up and look at the amount that was coming through, which was incredible.
Oh.
Yeah, really exciting.
That's sweet. To celebrate, I held a live stream on my YouTube channel, and
Did
100
you?
people, yeah, over 100 people joined. So it was
Oh,
really
that's
fun.
great.
We just were talking about all the different costumes and the different looks and different scenes and what we were excited for. And then Scott and Andrew both stopped by to drop some knowledge. Like, I didn't know that the chainsaw in the trailer and on the poster was a real chainsaw that was
It
actually on
is.
fire.
I know. I'm mad.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm glad I wasn't doing that scene. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't tell you about my death, but that chainsaw. Scott was quite pooping himself, to be honest, when he was doing it. I know that. Mm,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is so fun because I love practical effects. I don't
mm,
really like when everything's fake and, CGI and on a green screen, but when you can do stuff practically like that, it just really translates on screen
I
and makes it
agree.
much, yeah, much more realistic.
Yeah.
So, did you hang out on set when it wasn't time for you to film? Like, did you want to stay on set and see the kind of stuff that was going on just because it's such a unique film?
I would have loved to, but
Mhm,
the scenes I'm very much at home. I
mhm.
don't I don't appear in anything else other than at home. And I my scenes were almost the end of the shoot. So it had all happened. And so I just got brought down to do, I think I was there for 3 days. Um, and so I could only see the scenes that were being shot in the house. Um, yeah. So unfortunately, I wasn't at the rave, for example, that you see in
Oh,
the film, or
mhm.
yeah, no, I would have liked to have seen those to be sure.
Oh
The rave
yeah.
one, I think, is probably the one I would like to have just eavesdropped in and watched.
Yeah, the rave scene, just based on the trailer, that's the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah, it's probably the scene that this team have done with the most amount of people
Oh
in
wow.
at
Okay.
any one time. I mean, there are a lot of supporting artists there that
Ooh.
day, so a
Oh, that's
lot to
cool.
orchestrate. Mm.
You're also in the upcoming Bambi The Reckoning.
I
What can
am.
you tell me? Can you give me a little bit of a tease about that?
So Bambi the Reckoning. I don't know how much I'm allowed to tell you. I'm sure. So we're a family. That's not giving away too much, is it? This time I've actually gone up in age group. I'm grandma now.
Oh my gosh.
So there's grandma, there's mum, who's my daughter-in-law. I've got three sons and one grandson. And I think I think we're allowed to say that there is some sort of industry that has been leaking some sort of toxic
Oh,
waste.
okay.
So hence why some of the wildlife has gone a little bit crazy. Um, yeah, I probably can't tell you too much else, but my character Mary is suffering from, well, I wouldn't even say early dementia. She's definitely got dementia. So I do spend most of the film wandering around a little bit bemused,
Mhm.
but she also has some sort of sixth sense about Bambi.
Oh, all
Mm,
right. That's a good tease. That's a good amount of information. I
that's it.
appreciate that.
That's it. My lips are
Yep,
sealed now.
yep. I'm looking forward to that. That is so exciting to have two upcoming high-profile horror films to look
Yeah,
forward
yeah.
to.
I'm really looking forward to. Well, I'm looking forward to Bambi because we. To be fair, Pooh 2 is so completely different. Even though I haven't seen Pooh 1, I know it is completely different. But we still knew that I knew what characters were coming into it. But whereas Bambi's been a completely sort of new, not many people know much about Bambi. So,
Oh, it's going to be
and
so much fun.
yeah, it's got Roxanne McKee is playing the lead. She's amazing,
Oh,
really good.
awesome. Awesome. What are some recent shows and movies that you've watched that you would recommend or that you've been enjoying? It doesn't necessarily have to be horror. It could be anything that you've watched lately that you're enjoying.
I've seen some amazing ones. I think my two faves of the end of last year were Poor Things
Oh, yeah.
and Saltburn.
Oh,
Um,
yep.
but both of them incredible. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the director of Poor Things anyway. I've loved all his films. And then this year, All of Us Strangers with Andrew Scott and
Oh,
Paul
yeah.
Mescal.
Mhm.
Oh, it's just beautiful and literally heartbreaking. Uh, Anatomy of a Fall. Have you seen
Oh, I haven't had a chance to
German
see that one
film?
yet. I want to see it
Amazing.
though. Oh,
Yeah, that's incredible. Um, Zone of Interest was another one.
okay.
The
Mhm.
one set in, yeah, Nazi Germany, which is horrific, but again, very, very good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think, and there was a good Jodie Cromer one. What was that one called? The End from Where We Start or something. It was
Okay.
very British sort of.
Mhm.
I say indie. It was indie, but it was still been a decent budget. But because it's got Jodie Cromer in, but it was quite small scale. It was good.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm just trying to
So,
think which horrors recently.
hmm.
I I don't feel I've seen as many.
Yeah, because it's
No,
pretty early in the year right now, so it's like
yeah,
they're coming.
they will be. Well,
Yeah.
Winnie's coming. That's the
Yeah.
one.
I have interviews basically with everyone that has worked on this movie coming up, and one question that I'm asking everybody is who their favorite character from Winnie the Pooh was growing up. So who's your favorite Pooh character?
I think. I, I mean, obviously we love Pooh because he's cuddly, but I think Tigger is probably up there because he's so bouncy. Everybody loves. If you're thinking of the old
Right.
Winnie the Pooh, the whole bouncy, 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 that's quite fun. And I kind of quite liked Eeyore, but then I
Oh
liked
yeah.
Kangaroo and Roo because there was little baby. Yeah, I don't think I was so fussed about Owl or Piglet then.
That's fun. So many fun characters in Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, great.
For people who want to keep up with you and your career and keep up with the upcoming Bambi, where can people follow you? Do you have an Instagram and a
Oh,
website
I
people can
do.
check out?
I don't have a website
Mhm.
anymore. Used to, but I don't know that but I definitely have an Instagram, and you're welcome to follow me. Now you're going to ask me what it is. I think it's either NK underscore right or underscore NK right. Shall I have a quick look and have a little look? It shows you how I mean, I am quite active on it, but I just can't remember.
I'll make sure to put it on
NK
the screen.
underscore. It's
Okay,
NK
perfect.
NK underscore right.
Okay, I'll put it on the screen and I'll
Yeah.
also put a link to your Instagram in the description of this video so
Oh,
people can
thank
follow
you.
you and keep up with your
Yeah, I
career.
definitely I do put quite a lot of behind the scenes pictures up that I'm allowed, if I'm allowed to, and
Mhm.
or if something, once it's out and we're allowed to, because obviously on the bigger stuff, yeah, it's all a bit, we're not allowed to do anything until it's out there.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Nikki, so much for joining me. This was such a fun
A
conversation.
pleasure.
And
I
we'll have
really
to,
enjoyed it.
yeah, we'll have to speak again when Bambi's out so we could talk a little bit more about
Definitely.
it.
Yeah, definitely. Mary's quite a lot to
I'm
talk
looking
about.
forward to it. Looking forward to both of your films. Thank you so much. It was very nice to meet you.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.